this week's installment of What's Going On with My Goats? I don't know, which is confusing. Why is she anemic? And her condition is dropping. She's feeling a bit bony. In other news, I got me a milking machine. Hi. Hey, girls. Where's Oreo? Where's the babies? Huh? I heard her all the way up at the house. She's a loud baby. Where's the babies? There they are. Hey, are you yelling for me? Hi. How are ya? Did you want me to come say hello? How you doing? Huh? Hello. Hello. How are you? She's the sweetest. She's just as affectionate as Magnolia, aren't ya? She's a little bit boisterous. She will, oh, you gonna eat my hair? Thank you. She will call for attention when she hears you out in the yard, but she'll also come running to greet you. Won't ya? Yeah, you're a sweet girl. She's so sweet. Hello. Well, it's another week, another issue. Keeping goats is not for the faint of heart, let me tell you. When it's good, it's great. When it's not good, it's stressful. But hey, at least the background keeps getting greener and more beautiful, right? So, this week's installment of What's Going On with My Goats? I don't know. So, maybe a week ago, I was checking the goat's sfumato, which is the color of their inner eyelid, and that's a good indicator of their health as far as whether or not they have parasite overloads. It's an indicator of whether or not they have anemia, which is often caused by an overload of parasites. And so you want to check this regularly, and I'll be honest, I have not been checking them as regularly as I ought to lately. But last week, I was checking. And, well, Adeline walked out of my frame. She's over there. Adeline, if you can see her in shadows, was very pale, which is an indicator of anemia. Now, I will say, post-kidding, it's very common for their immune systems to drop just from the stress of it all, and then for them to get a parasite overload, which is why I usually give parasite herbs pretty heavily several days after giving birth. So I started giving her some parasite herbs, went ahead and ran a fecal, no parasites, which is confusing. So the question is, if not parasites, why is she anemic? And the answer is, I have no idea. It's a bit of a mystery. So I've been giving her a bunch of herbs to help with anemia. I've also been giving her some red cell, which is an over-the-counter supplement, I guess you could say, that is supposed to help with that as well. Making sure that, you know, she's got good nutrition and everything to try and bring that up. And she has a tiny bit of color back to her eyelids, but it's still really quite pale. So it can take a couple weeks to build up those blood stores again. But like I said, no parasites. She didn't hemorrhage during birth or have any heavy bleeding after. So I don't know why she's struggling with this anemia. It's a bit of a mystery. And then day before yesterday, I guess, 2 days ago. Because, you know, I'm hands-on with these goats a lot. I'm out here multiple times every day, always petting them, handling them on the stand. But about 2 days ago, I noticed she suddenly has started losing a little bit of some weight too, and her condition is dropping. She's feeling a bit bony. So I don't know. I have upped her food. Just a little bit ago, I had locked her into the kidding pen so she could have unfettered access to hay for about an hour without having to worry about anybody kicking her off the feeder. So I don't know, hopefully that will be enough to get her back where she needs to be. I'm not sure what's up with her. She's pretty much acting like her normal self. She's a little standoffish, but she's always been a little standoffish. So I don't know. I'm not sure. But that's what we're doing right now. In other news, milking this one without having kids to open those teat orifices is proving quite hard on my hands. Just because they're not, when the orifice isn't open as far, it's just you have to squeeze harder to get the milk out. It doesn't come out as quick or as easy. So my hands are feeling it. Hi. And I mentioned before that, you know, at the end of the last milking season, it was starting to get to that way where it was getting hard on my hands. And then that one and her kicking has been terrible on the stand. So I found a milking machine that is battery powered, so I can use it out here where we don't really have power. And we're going to try that to see if that will solve our issues. Because, I mean, I'll be honest, part of me feels like I'm kind of throwing in the towel, taking the easy way out. People have been milking goats by hand for millennia without machines. And if they could do it, I can do it. But I've also gotten to the age where I've realized no pain, no gain is a lie, and you pay for it later. And I don't know that I'm willing to pay for that. So I got me a milking machine, and we're gonna try it tonight, see how it works. It was fairly inexpensive as far as milking machines go, and as I said, battery powered, rechargeable battery pack to run it instead of having to use regular AC power, because obviously I only have solar power out here. So we're gonna see how it goes. Putting together was fairly straightforward. I foresee I may have a hard time keeping the hoses straight until I get more familiar with it. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes and let you know. It's a lot of stuff to carry up here. Winter is going to be fun trying to drag this. And the wagon might be overkill right now in the evenings, but in the morning I also have a bucket of chicken food. So wagon will definitely be needed then. Oh, that's grand. Okay. There's a lot of things, guys. I won't lie, I'm a little nervous. Maybe I should do Kitty Hawk first, because she's used to being milked by a machine. You want to go first, Kitty Hawk? I'm sure you do. You always want to be first. Alright, Kitty Hawk. No one else. Just Kitty Hawk. Okay. Over here. Yeah, put your hand. Hey. Back up. Put your head in the... There you go. Okay. We'll figure out a system. eventually. So, still need to clean her off. Her squirt's out. Okay. Here goes nothing. Hey. Do you need cow ones? She might need cow side. She's big. There we go. Ah, had to turn the wrong way. There you go. Okay. Good girl. You're done eating already. So sorry, I was slow. Okay. Hold on. Now, the machine isn't going to completely empty her out, so I want to get the last little bit here. Okay, good girl. So yeah, for her who is almost done milking anyway and doesn't have much, probably definitely not faster. So. Come on. Alright, Daisy will be there. No. No, those are not for you. Go. There you go. Girl. See how much she's got left. More than I expected. Okay, I feel like that only milked her out like halfway. So I don't know if it was just because of the odd angle or if she like holding back because it was kind of strange and unusual. New sensations. I don't know. But we'll see. I only milk Adeline in the morning, so I won't be testing it on her tonight. The goal with her is that she won't kick as much because she's been really, really annoying about that. But again, she has been machine milked before, so hopefully that will help. But yeah, I really expected it to get more out. So they was kind of hitting the ground because she's a little shorty here. Oh, that little doeling just was standing on her back legs and totally fell backwards. I don't know. We'll see next time if it clears her out any better. And but it did make it easier to milk her afterwards because her teats had opened up. So we'll see. Now this may make for a little bit faster actual milking process, you know, once I get the hang of it. But I get the feeling cleanup is not going to be faster. We'll see. Hello. Okay, let's first see how much we milked out by hand afterwards. It's about 10 ounces? That is not impressive when you see it in the bottom of a big bucket. 27 ounces.
Minus the 10 from the first
Yeah,
one.
so 17 from the machine and then 10 by hand. I think Daisy was holding back. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes when she gets more used to it. Now I gotta figure out how to clean this thing. All right, now with the washing, obviously we still have the small pot pan to wash that we've been washing all along. We have all the filters and everything to wash. We have a big bucket to wash. So far, that's all the same. With the machine, though, we also have to wash the tubes and the inflators. So that's going to be a little bit of an additional cleaning time there. However, I have seen a couple of videos of people washing their pumps this way, and I thought it's brilliant. Works smarter, not harder, right? So I'm actually going to use the machine with the suction to clean itself by first running just some tepid water through, because that will prevent the milk from kind of crystallizing and getting buildup in the lines. If you use hot, you'll get milk scale. So I'm going to run some tepid water through first, and then some soapy water, and then some vinegar water. So it's a bit of a process, but I think that will get it nice and clean and ready to go for next time. Give everything a good rinse, and we should be good to go for morning. I hope you've enjoyed this glimpse into the real life ebbs and flows that kind of happen on a small homestead. If you've ever dealt with any of these issues, like the anemia without parasites or any of those other things that we've talked about today, please share in the comments. I'd love to hear kind of a little bit about your experience. Next week, we're going to be having a really neat video. I think it's neat. Somebody had requested that I show how to milk a goat. So it's going to be kind of a how-to video about using the machine or hand milking, both ways. I'm really excited to share that. So especially if you're new to goats or thinking about getting goats for your homestead for a dairy, I really recommend you watch that. So go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss out on the video. I look forward to sharing it with you next week.